Hello, this is Dumont, and today I want to do a very interesting book review for you guys. Now, this is a game book, meaning it's one of those choose your own adventure books where they tell you to go to this page or that page if you want to do this or that. So, depending on your choice, your decision, it makes you go to different paragraphs. On top of that, you need a pencil and paper to take down notes of what items you inventory for your items, and also not only do you need to keep track of gold and the artifacts that you collect, but also you need a dice for battling. So it's a pretty interactive game book in that sense. Now the book itself is not that thick. It's pretty thin and it's a pretty quick, simple, easy read. If you're wearing a coat or a jacket, it should fit in your pocket no problem. So it should be pretty handy to take with you into your daily adventures. Now, what to expect? The main character himself is pretty generic. Even though it says at the beginning that this guy, that you are supposed to be an expert at adventures, and you're very good at fighting, and you have fought all kinds of monsters before. Uh, when you're actually going through the story, it seems like you're not that good. At least to me, it seems like you're kind of a novice or kind of a beginner because you're not really prepared. You don't have any of the items that you need. So it's more like as you're going through the story, you start to discover what you need, and you need to collect up items. So that's one of the very important things about this book. If you want to face the head vampire or the vampire at the end and you want to beat him, you need to collect the right stuff. And even to get through some areas, you need the correct items. I'm not going to give anything away, but just to give you a general example, it's about exploring this mansion. All right, so you're walking around this mansion and you've got to collect items. All right, because when you start off, you really pretty much have nothing. Even though you have a sword, that sword is pretty generic and everything. So you definitely need to explore and pick up stuff. The second thing is you are going to be battling. I remember when I started reading this, I started battling right away, pretty much on the second page, or yeah, pretty much on the second page. I started fighting just like that. It happened so quickly. It caught me off guard actually. The things that you're going to be facing, it was a little bit of a disappointment for me, even though this is a vampire book. The subject matter is perfect for me. I love vampire stories, hard novels, and gothic type stuff, so it goes great. But I was a little bit disappointed that, for one thing, uh, some of the creatures that you fight and encounter, like I had to fight a giant spider, I had to fight an elf. Uh, some of the things I encounter on here, a barbarian. It was kind of like, what am I in Dungeons and Dragons, or am I supposed to be like in a vampire Transylvania setting? So that was a little bit of a disappointment. I would have preferred to face, although they did have, like, for example, I did face a hellhound, and that was perfect. That was perfect for this whole vampire theme, but I wanted to face some more things that were more vampire related. There were some creatures that just didn't seem to fit too well. It wasn't too bad anything. It wasn't like I had to fight aliens or something, so it wasn't crazy. But a little bit more on the vampire story side would have been great. How difficult is it? It seems pretty difficult. The way I played it was I was kind of cheating. I didn't use the paper. I pretty much kept it in memory. It wasn't too difficult to keep in memory which items I had and which items I didn't have. And the other thing was I didn't do the dice battles at all. I just pretty much skipped through those parts. So uh, it was a little bit disappointing regards to that. It because I kind of prefer not to do the dice battles, especially for these kinds of choose your adventure books. I'd rather skip through that. But this book, it is still possible to read this book without doing any of the writing down, any of the dice stuff. It won't ruin it. I still had plenty of fun, and the ending was actually it was a little bit suspenseful. It was pretty exciting. It all of a sudden went to a two-page picture got me pretty excited right there, and I was face to face with the head vampire. His name is Lord Tenebron or Tenebron, and I had to fight that guy. And you defeat him, you beat the game, and it was pretty interesting. I definitely recommend for you all to maybe vampire's not your thing, but definitely check out some of these choose your own adventure books. No matter what age, I mean, come on, I'm in my mid 30s and I'm still enjoying this stuff. So definitely check it out.